Welcome to this week's Packer Report with Coach Sean Calhoun. Today we will discuss last Friday night's 39-20 victory over the Tift County Blue Devils. The Packers will be off next week, and we will be back following that with the next Packer Report as the Camden County Wildcats come to the Hog Pen on October the 24th.
Hey, I love the mood in here, okay? All right? I love the mood. Y'all need to know this, right? I love this team. Y'all love each other. Right? It's tonight like tonight why you do what you do. Right? There's so many hours, there's so many workouts that you guys have done that nobody sees but us. Nobody does what you do. Right? Tonight is when you show out. Right? And let's don't wait, right? Don't wait till that second quarter, don't wait till that second half. Right? Let's come out from the get-go. Right? Let's dominate this team tonight.
Number 3, the right. Here's number 7, Lamar Stokes. That's number 7, Lamar Stokes. Touchdown. In Thomasville, they know appliances. That's number 12. 20.
He's at the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown!
John Deere equipment from Lassiter Tractor Company? Now that's a game changer. Put our team on your roster this season. Check out our current promotions and find your local dealer at LassiterEQ.com.
Coach, of course, you have to be pleased with the team's effort last Friday night, 39-20 victory over Tift County. Regardless of a team's record in 1-6A, you got to respect that. You got to be prepared for it. And of course, our Packer team, they really played well in all phases Friday night. Of course, we got to give kudos even as we get started. It was the first segment we talk about the offense, but they really stepped it up, especially in the passing department.
Absolutely, and so just kind of to touch on a couple of those key points right there. You never know how your team's going to respond after such a big emotional win after Valdosta. Now, we know how we want them to respond, but our kids had a really good week of practice, and you want to go out there, reach an opponent. But on top of that, like the Tifton-Colquitt rivalry is probably one that doesn't get talked about enough. And so our kids really want to come out, second of 3 straight home games, and play really well. And so during the week, we had been getting better right at our intermediate short passing game, screen game, but we really kind of wanted to focus on, hey, can we throw the ball down the field? And if we're able to sprinkle that in with everything else, with the running attack, now you're kind of getting to an offense that's kind of hard to defend at times. Mm-hmm. And so that was one of the things that we wanted to do, and we were able to do that. And we hit a couple balls down the field, which obviously we'll touch on some stats. But we knew that we were going to get Tift County's best game, mm-hmm. and I think they showed that they have some really good football players, mm-hmm. and that they do belong in this region. Obviously, you know, coaches improved them from year 1 to year 2, but we kind of came out and it was a really good win for us.
All right. Let's look, you mentioned about the offensive stats, and let's talk about those a little bit. Of course, you've got to be very, very pleased with Mr. Cohen Lawson Friday night, 16 for 20. 80% completion rate for 275 yards. Through 3 touchdowns. He also carried the ball twice for 4 yards. Just outstanding. And I know we've talked a lot about that completion percent, staying around 70%. And obviously that's the goal, and exceeded that this week. Rushing the football, Jason Stevenson carried it 16 times for 102 yards, had a touchdown. Jamari Stokes, 9 carries, 92 yards with a touchdown. Denham Lewis, 3 carries for 7 yards. And Amir Knighton got a carry for 6 yards. On the receiving end of it, Antoine Lockett, of course, he continues to do a fabulous job out there catching the football. 5 catches, 119 yards, 2 touchdowns. Zion Aldridge, 2 catches for 105 yards, also with a touchdown. And Malik Walker had 5 catches for 27 yards. Nyan Sumlin, 2 catches for 24 yards. When you look at those and put those together, your team stats, rushing the football, you had 211 yards, 275 passing, as we mentioned. Total offense, 478 yards. That is just outstanding.
Absolutely. And obviously, 1, we always want to be balanced. But 2, when you start getting big-time explosive plays in the passing game, that's really going to increase your overall stats. And, a goal of ours is to be right around 400 yards of total offense. Mm-hmm. And once you exceed that and you're kind of creeping up to the 500-yard mark, you're doing some good things. And unfortunately, we had the 1 turnover, but you kind of take that away, we are over 500 yards. Mm-hmm. So there's still a lot of room for improvement by us. I know one area that we improved on a whole lot was our third down conversions. We were 7 of 11 on those, and I know 2 of those were kind of at the very end of the game, but still that was a lot better because the 3 games prior to Tifton, we were really bad. We were really, really bad. Knock on wood, we've been really good on 4th downs all season. This past Friday, we were 2 for 2, and then also after the very first touchdown, we went for 2 and got a big 2-point conversion. So overall, it was a really good night. There's still room for improvement, but if we continue to do things like this, future looks bright.
Well, it's where you want to go. I always look, and when we look at those third downs, I mean, to me, that's about efficiency. That's about continuing to move the ball, keeping your defense off the field. When you're converting on third down, even on fourth downs, and you're keeping the ball in your hands, the other team can't score if you're moving down the field.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that we preach on. And actually, Wednesday during practice, we have a third down segment where we run 7 plays, and it's third downs. It's third and short, third and medium, third and long. And because you truly break down your opponent's defense, for how they're going to defend third and short, medium, long, and so if we don't put emphasis on it in practice, then the kids aren't going to believe that there's a big emphasis on it for Friday night. So it carried over. We need to continue that.
Well, it was certainly a great night for the offensive side of the football. We're going to take a time out so that we can get a word from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll talk about the play of the defense and special teams.
Teaching little kids to write their name, it just does something in my heart. They come in and they don't even know how to write their name, and they leave reading.
The best way to do an impact on society is start with the younger generation.
I'm so grateful for the path Southern Regional have given me. And it gives me the ability to work in my field and also take classes in person.
Southern Regional has literally given me more passion to become a teacher. Literally get started, go. You will not regret it.
Coach, defensively, another really good ball game by the Packer defense. Coach Luttrell's crowd there. But we held Tifton really to, I think, 112 yards rushing, about 173 yards passing. One of the key things, though, and Tifton really has, and I think you alluded to it last week in the show, that Tifton had 2 really good backs. And, athletically, when you look at the offensive side of the ball there, they had a lot of good athletes over there. But we were able to hold Tift's leading rusher to just 3 yards last Friday night.
Absolutely. And one of our main key points that we talk about every week defensively is we got to be able to stop the run. And when you do load the box, and you force guys to pass, now it's time for, our secondary to step up, and whether that's knocking a ball down or interception, had a handful of tip passes the other night, a handful of batted down balls, but we got to intercept them, and there was a couple the other night where we had a great shot of intercepting the ball, and we just couldn't do it. Now, knocking it down is great, but we love getting turnovers. But again, it kind of goes back to practice. Sometimes we kind of drop those balls in practice, but at least we're there. But to hold Tifton for 112 yards rushing when they're a run first offense is really, really good. Minimizing big plays, minimizing explosive plays in the pass game and the run game is obviously very, very crucial also, because you don't want a 3-yard run to pop for 18, and you don't want to, maybe like a 12-yard curl, you kind of miss a tackle and it may go to distance or go for 30, 40 yards. So we did a good job there. Obviously, we can always tackle better, but our kids give great effort. We were really physical the other night, and obviously playing in this region and then playing in this classification, the state of Georgia, we better be.
Yeah. Well, when you look at it, we again, Friday night, I think we went about 22-7 at halftime, somewhere in there. Forgot the exact number, but I think we're 22-7 at halftime. And we bent a little bit, but we didn't break. They were able to move the ball initially on us there on that first drive of the ball game. But after that, we stiffened our necks and got after it.
Absolutely. And obviously we want our defense to either, get a turnover or force them to a field goal. But, Tifton's very first drive was aided by a very poor kickoff team when we kind of squibbed it to the left, and then we had a couple guys just run right past the returner. And so it gave Tifton great field position. And in this region, especially the teams that we play, you give them really short fields. I mean, the majority of them are going to go in and score at some point. But we want to hold them to field goals. But you know what? We did a good job of adjusting. We had a handful of 3 and outs, and we want to get their punt team in the game because we want to be able to return it and or block it.
You mentioned there about the return. Let's talk a little bit about the special teams play. Obviously, we know there was that one instance there where we might not have pinned them where we wanted to pin them, but for the most part, again, we were able to get the ball through the uprights, Jason West, when the opportunity was there.
Mm-hmm. And so, any time that we bring our extra point field goal team out there, obviously we want to be 100%, and we were the other night. Out of the three phases, unfortunately, this was the phase that did not come to play for some reason. Gave up that kickoff return. Kicked multiple balls out of bounds. I think we had 10 men out there at one time, and things that we have not done this season that I know that we're going to get fixed. But some things that we did really well was some good kickoff returns, fielded the ball well on punt return, which that's something that some people don't kind of think about. It's called hidden yardage, right? So for everybody at home, like say if they're punting the ball and the ball hits on the 30-yard line and we don't field it, but it hits at the 30, and let's say it just goes back to the 15-yard line. Well, that's 15 yards there of hidden yardage that we could have got at the 30-yard line. So we're doing a really good job there. Alfonso McNeil, when they tried to do the little surprise onside kick, I mean that was a fantastic job by him. So again, special teams is what we call game changers because it's the quickest way for the game to change, the game to swing one side or the other, and so we put so much emphasis on that. Coach Simmons does a really, really good job there, and we all know that was not our finest hour. So these next 2 weeks leading into Camden is going to be really, really big to really get back to the basics and have a much better showing.
Well, I think when you look at it, Coach, again, we've been very, very good prior to this week, and of course, there again, sometimes it takes that to get your focus back on where it needs to be. Get your athletes back focused on what they need to do.
Absolutely, and again, we've talked about this before, but anytime you can get a win, and maybe play bad in some spots to where you can grow from it, to where you can teach from it, and to where you can coach it and really get it fixed. And come away with the win. Obviously, that's the best case scenario.
It's awesome that we came away with another victory Friday night. Of course, let's take another break here for our sponsors, and then we'll take a look at the players of the week and talk about our October 24th matchup with the Camden County Wildcats back again at Mac Tharp Stadium.
Easy? No, that's not a word we choose to describe the work you do. Necessary? Of course. Worth it? Absolutely. But easy? No. The job is never easy, but with a John Deere compact utility tractor from Lassiter Tractor Company on your side, you certainly make it look that way. Check out our current promotions and find your local dealer at LassiterEQ.com.
Coach, as we move to this part of the show, we know again, I say it every week, I think, but your favorite part of the show. Tell us this week who the players of the week are.
Absolutely. Always love being able to brag about our kids anytime I can, but definitely get to brag on some kids that, people may not know their name or didn't hear their name on Friday night. And so go into our players of the week. Obviously first always got to go over our academic player of the week, and each week this is a growing really good problem is that it's getting tougher and tougher to pick our academic player of the week because our kids are improving in the classroom, which is really what we want. That's going to go to senior linebacker Braden Ruiz. Does a fantastic job. Is having an incredible senior season for us, and is doing really, really good in the classroom too. For our scout players, these are the two offensive and defensive units that are simulating Tift County's offense and defense and special teams also, and they do a really good job of getting our kids prepared for Friday night. But for the scout offensive lineman Montavis Mathis, We think he's got a really big future for us. Kid who comes, he comes here every single day, ready to work, great attitude, great smile. Yes, sir, kid. Very respectful, and will do anything that he's asked to do, and does a really good job of getting our defense prepared. On the scout defensive side, so our 9th grade season finished the week before last, and each and every year we always bring up a small group of 9th graders who we think can maybe benefit right now, maybe get on the field, maybe be a backup somewhere, but just kind of the nucleus of that 9th grade team. So I actually brought up the most I've ever had, brought up 17 9th graders, and so one of them was actually our Scout Defensive Player of the Week. So freshman Kalen Jordan, a kid who gave incredible effort. Sometimes with those kids, they're a little, shy, apprehensive a little bit. He was not. We actually had to tell him to kind of tone it down a little bit. So he did a fantastic job. So hopefully that'll continue. The special teams player of the week was Deshaun Office. Had multiple tackles this week on special teams for us, and also as a kid who's playing linebacker for us and had a couple tackles for us on defense. The defensive player of the week is senior captain and Tuskegee commit right now, Alfonso McNeil. He had 10 total tackles. He had 7 solo tackles. He had 3 assists and 3 pass breakups. Probably should have had an interception or 2, but did a really good job. And again, he's just doing what he does of the last 2-3 years, and he's just a football player, and he's around the ball all the time. And last but not least, offensive player of the week, sophomore quarterback Cohen Lawson, 16 of 20, 80% passing for 275 yards and 3 touchdowns, and more importantly, no interceptions.
All right, just awesome to get to recognize those folks that play a role that sometimes, especially, you don't see out front with those scout players and the academic players. It's great to do that. Let's talk a little bit about Camden County. Of course, we have an off week this week. I think those off weeks always give you an opportunity to heal some folks that may be dinged up. Gives you an opportunity to go back sometimes to some basics and straighten out some things that you may need to straighten out. But we're gonna bring Camden County in the 24th. We have Friday week. They'll come in with a 5-3 record. I think they're 0-3 in the region right now. Of course, again, that's a Region 6A team. There's not a team that you can take lightly. You have to be prepared each and every week in this region. They went down to defeat last Friday night, 35-14 to Lowndes. And of course, they come in with a balanced attack down there. Probably, as we've looked at our opponents this year, probably the most balanced attack, passing and rushing, yardage-wise, of anybody we faced this year.
Absolutely. A couple things that kind of jump out there. Let's just talk about the game Friday. One, 3rd straight home game, which is fantastic. We normally don't ever get that in region play, so we need everybody to come out. I'll say this: last guaranteed home game. Mm-hmm. We're sure hoping to have some more. Also, on top of that, it's senior night. Mm-hmm. and it's a special night for all the seniors involved, and we definitely want them to go out a winner there. And then you look at a team that's 0-3 in the region, but you really watch their games. I mean, they're just kind of shooting themselves in the foot, and they've been right there in every game. Obviously, Valdosta kind of ran away with it early, but again, in that game, they fumbled the opening kickoff, and they just kind of did a couple things that is really not like them, that you're not used to seeing them do the last couple of years. But their quarterback, he leads the region, in passing, and they have one of the best dual threat guys. Number 11 plays corner and receiver. They're really fast and athletic, so they're so much better than their region and overall record. Overall record display. So we know that we're going to have 2 really good weeks of practice. Obviously, we're going to take care of our kids this week on the off week, and then the off week comes at a really good time because it's also fall break. So everybody gets a good little break, and then you need to have a fantastic week, and then just have the ability to beat Camden, because if we beat Camden, we guarantee ourselves a game 11. Now, after that, game 10 is obviously going to decide the seeding,
And me and you were talking about this. There's a lot of crazy scenarios out there. Yes. So we can talk about those obviously after the Camden game. But right now for us, this is our most important game of the season.
Well, and I've always heard you say that. Talk about the importance of a win. At this point, you take them one game at a time and let the circumstances fall where they will, because that's what you've got to do at this point.
Yes,
and everything will fall into place somewhat after this week. You'll have a little better. Clearer picture as to where we go. But looking forward to the 24th, we want fans again. It's senior night. We need everybody to come out and support this group of seniors. They've given blood, sweat, and tears over the years to this Packer program, and we need to honor them and be loud and proud as we do that. So thank you again for joining us. Coach?
Go Pack.
Easy? No, that's not a word we choose to describe the work you do. Necessary? Of course. Worth it? Absolutely. But easy? No. The job is never easy, but with a John Deere compact utility tractor from Lassiter Tractor Company on your side, you certainly make it look that way. Check out our current promotions and find your local dealer at LassiterEQ.com.
Beautiful night for another region matchup at MacTharp Stadium against the old Tift County Blue Devils. Opening kickoff here. Their kicker hadn't shown a big time touchback the majority of the season, but there was good little wind at his back right here. So we get a touchback here. Good little first run there by Jason Stevenson, and then good little screen pass here to Narayan Sumlin for a first down, and Packers are moving the ball a little bit. First down run here by Jason Stevenson, and we obviously block it up all wrong right there. So in 2nd and 10 and try a little sprint out game here. Good thing the DB dropped it, so got us in third down right here, and we do a little speed sweep here to Antoine Lockett for a big time first down, but they got us for a hold right there, so got us in 3rd and 9 right here. And we try a little go ball here, kind of a post ball right here in the middle. Really good job here by Zion Aldridge, and we take it all the way in to score. So that was a great way to start the game. And then actually we do a little muddle huddle here and actually go for 2. And Alfonso McNeil throws it to Landon Boyd, and Packers are up 8-0. So it was a great way to start it. And then we come back with this, and we squib kicked it here, and then for some reason we had 2 or 3 guys just run right past the returner and don't do a good job. And opening play here, Alfonso McNeil with a really good job there on the swing pass there to the running back, and get Tifton in a 2nd long right here. And we got to put him in 3rd and long. We got him in 3rd and long right here, and they throw a little post ball here, and really good throw and catch. We're all over it, but we got to find a way to get that ball out. And they're at the 1 yard line, and Tifton punches it right in. So fortunately, they had a short field there, which is what we cannot do. So 8-7. So 15 points scored there in the first 3 minutes, and then Gavin Henderson here catches the ball at the goal line and gets it here at the 20-yard line. We're trying to let that ball go, and trying a little run here to Jason Stevenson, and we miss a block there. We got to be better on first down. Try a little sprint out pass here to Malik Walker. Really good catch, not a good throw right there. We got to do a good job there, but come back on 3rd down and get a real good completion there to Antoine Lockett for a big time first down, and moving the chains, and then run the ball here with Jamari Stokes, and unfortunately they call us for a hold right there, and we come back with a short little hitch ball here to Malik Walker, try to get some of that yardage back. It's hard to do some things when it's 1st and long, and then another misplay here by the right guard, and we come with a speed sweep here Malik Walker in a good cut there, but we're a little short here on 4th down, so we've got a punt. Walker Lanier, who's done a really good job for us this year. Frustrating night there for us with the wind in our face, but we just got to get the ball low and get that thing rolling. Put Tift County here in 2nd and 8. Obviously, we don't want teams to gain any more than 3 yards here, and get them in 3rd and medium there, and they sprint out and throw a little hitch ball there. We got to be a little bit closer to the hitch there, and they come with a swing pass here and block it up really well right there. We got to do better on the blocks on the perimeter here, and they're trying a little toss play here. Really good job of us setting the edge and turning that ball back in and get them in second and medium right here. Tifton really trying to milk the clock here. They're not an up-tempo team, and they definitely want to go slow, and they're trying a little dual screen right here, and Cam Gay does a good job of sniffing it out. So we get them in 4th down right here, and they run a little stop play here and convert. So we got to be up tighter to the receivers right here. Really good play there by Nyshawn Osby, and so 8-7 going into the 2nd quarter. Really good coverage here by Luke Strong there on the go ball, and get Tift County in the 3rd and long right here, and they try to hit a little run, try to surprise us here. So we get them in 4th down, got them in 4th and 8, and they're trying a little go ball here, and then we're all over the post pattern, but good job there of knocking that ball down, and then we come out here in our flex package and give the ball there to Jason Stevenson for good gain on 1st down. Obviously, we always want to have 3 to 4 yards on 1st down every play, but get us in 3rd and short here, and Cohen Lawson gets a big 1st down right there, and come out with a little double move here, and just one of his probably his worst throw of the night, but so get us in 2nd and 10 right here, and a decent run there by Jamari Stokes to get us in 3rd and medium, and we try a little run play here, and Stokes has a really good run to to put us in 4th and short, and we decided to go for it, and Jamari Stokes hits a big time run right here and gets all the way down to the 1 yard line, which was really good for him to see, and then we definitely got to punch that ball in there inside the 1. So we try a little run right here, get stuffed right here at the 1 yard line. I thought he was still in, but I guess they called him down, and then we run a little pitch play here to the side. So Jamari Stokes gets a big touchdown, and then Josh Scroggins and the extra point field goal team kick it in. So Packers up 15-7, 7:45 to go in the 2nd quarter. Get a good kickoff here, and really good tackle there by a host of Packers right there, and start them on 1st down, and then they try a little RPO here, a little run pass option, and they connect on the post pattern right there, and then they try a little swing pass here to the edge, this was after they had false started. So we got them in 2nd and 14. Definitely got to get teams to punt when they're in 2nd and long. They got called for a hold, so we're 3rd down right here. They try a little slow screen. Cam Gay does a fantastic job of sniffing the ball out, and we force their guys to punt. So really good here. We got to run up and catch the ball right there, and definitely don't want to lose any hidden yardage. And so come out and 1st down here, and just unfortunately drop a ball right there, which we don't do very much, but we've got to get back situated here in 2nd down and kind of get back on schedule and try to get that ball 3rd and medium. Fortunately, they called us for a hold, which I definitely didn't agree with, but 2nd and long right here, and Jason Stevenson with a good run right here I think that was a gain of 6, but get us in 3rd and long. Big time throwing catch, throwing catch on the post ball there to Antoine Lockett. Really good, really incredible catch there on top of one of their players. So we try a little hurry up tempo play here on 2nd down. Big time run there by Jamari Stokes. And then unfortunately the lone turnover of the night. We definitely want to take that in and go up 18-17 or 22-7, and so we cannot put the ball on the ground right there. Tift County with an incomplete pass there on 1st down, and so get them in 2nd and long, and then they got a penalty, and then they try a little end cut here, and a really good tackle there by Nyshawn Osby to put him in 3rd and long. So we definitely want to keep teams in 3rd and long. Obviously, the odds of them converting it are not great. That was a really good throw and catch right there for a gain of 9. So put them in 4th and long, and then had a little help there. They dropped the snap, and the defense does a great job of getting off the field there. And we get a little speed sweep here to Amir Knighton off the edge right there, and good gain there on 1st down. And then we try a little outside run, and Tifton does a good job of kind of cutting us off and forcing us to move in, and then we throw the ball out wide and just don't block anybody, and so get a loss of yards there, and unfortunately, but we decided to go for it. So 4th and 11 with 42 seconds, and Cohen does a great job of throwing that out pattern there to Ryan Sumlin for a big time 1st down. And next play, we line up and throw a good little post ball here to Antoine Lockett. Boom, for a big time Packer touchdown with 32 seconds to go before halftime. So that was really big for us. Obviously going into halftime and getting some really good momentum. So that was good to see. So it's 28 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Definitely don't need to give up anything, and really good kickoff coverage there by our guys, and Tift County goes into victory formation or just takes a knee, and so we go into halftime. Start of 3rd quarter here. Packers up 22-7, and definitely forcing these guys to go wide right here, and I'm just tackled for a big loss there by a host of black shirts, which was great to see. And then Tift County throws a little hitch ball there. Big time tackle there by Alfonso McNeil. He had an incredible game. He was our defensive player of the week. Got Tift County there in 3rd and 9. Forced that quarterback to scramble here. Obviously, we got to wrap up a whole lot better than that. We were just trying to tee off on the guy, but we got to wrap up. So force him to punt here. And then got the ball here on 1st and 10. 1st and 10 right here. And then unfortunately we don't do a good job there. So 2nd and 10, and then Zion Aldridge with a really good run after catch here on a little bitty end cut there on 2nd down. So big time 1st down for us. And then we throw a little fast screen here to Malik Walker, and he does a really good job of just carrying a host of Blue Devils for another big time first down right here. And we're just trying to keep the momentum going. Good run there by Jason Stevenson up the gut for about a gain of 5. And then we give the ball to, should have gave the ball there to Jason Stevenson, but the ball got batted down off the edge right there. And then we come back, and then Jason Stevenson with a super big tough run just runs right through that linebacker for a big time touchdown. And that kid's only a sophomore there, Packer fans. And then we kick the ball to the upright to old Josh Scroggins, and then come out here. So Packers up 29-7 with 7:49 to go, and we do a good job of forcing that returner exactly where we want them, but unfortunately the coverage team went a little bit inside. Tifton tried to throw a little hitch here to the field. Ball was a little low, so got him in 2nd and 10, and then good run here by their number 12. I thought he was a really good, or 13. Thought he was a really good player, 12, I think. And then they throw a little hitch ball here over the middle. We just got to fit that last run a whole lot better than what we did. And so got him in 2nd and long here. Their number 12 hit the edge really hard right there. So we got to have some edge presence there. They get us in 3rd and short, and we just don't do a good job there of squeezing that cutback. We got to squeeze that cut back a lot better there, and then they run a little RPO game and throw a little post pattern over the top here, and then the quarterback pulls it, and our guys don't do a good job at all setting the edge. We had two guys that should have been outside and forced the quarterback inside, but unfortunately we didn't do that, and then they give the ball, hit us right up the gut for a big time touchdown. So that was a bad series for us, with just a bunch of miscues, and then Tifton actually tries a little onside kick, and great job there by Alfonso McNeil to be all over the ball. And then we come out here on first down with a little hitch ball. We can't do so much dancing. We got to catch it and get upfield, get as much as we can. And then Jason Stevenson with another big time run right here for a big time first down. And then we tried a little inside run here, and Jason Stevenson, I thought he was almost going to break that one. Did a really good job of getting that ball almost inside the 10-yard line. And so Packers are on the move right here. Try a little inside run here, and actually just blocked that a little bit wrong. And then this was our lone breakdown in pass protection. We were all wrong right there, and we should have done a better job right there. We were actually in the wrong formation, and so we took a big sack, and then really just trying to run the ball right here and get us in a good field goal range here. And Josh Scroggins does a really good job of kicking that ball up there, and the Pack's up 32-14 with almost a minute and a half to go in the game. Really good job there by Nyson, by Nyson Judy and Braden Ruiz, and so force them to go second and long, and then force them to an incompletion here to get them in third and long, and then they're trying a little running back slow screen, and we were all over it. So really good job by our guys to put them in fourth and long, and then we schemed that up right there, and that should have been a block. That should have been a block touchdown or block punt for a touchdown right there, and then Jamari Stokes here with a really good run on first down to put us in second and short, and so first play of the fourth quarter, we throw a big time go ball there to Antoine Lockett. So it's a really good throw and catch right there to put the Pack up 39-14. So that was good to see. We've hit a couple balls down the field, and then one of the things that we got to get better at, we cannot kick the ball off and kick it out of bounds, because you give it to them on the 35-yard line, and that's pretty good field position, and they come back out with back-to-back completions on a slant to the field and then a hitch to the boundary. They're definitely trying to work on their quick game here, and that was a really good tackle there by I think that's Zarian Robinson to put them in second and 9 right here, and they throw a little post pattern over the middle. We're all over it, Caden King, Luke Strong, but that was a really good catch. And then their number 12 with a really good physical run there. Obviously knocked one of our players down because we were way too high right there. And we got to set the edge. We got to set the edge much better there on their inside run that they try to bounce out, and then they throw a little dig ball over the middle. And again, we're all over it, but really good throwing catches by them, and then we just align wrong, and then we do the wrong assignment. So we should have had a guy on the edge right there, and our linebacker who was on the edge went inside. And so obviously when that happens, bad things are going to happen for us. And then kick it off here to Malik Walker. That was a tough ball to field, and then actually put our backup center in here. So we had a little center quarterback exchange issue right there, which kind of caused some issues on that running play. And right now we're trying to get some backups in the game, but knowing that it's still a 19-point game with 8 minutes to go, so we're not in a total cruise mode. And then this was frustrating. We got to catch the ball and go up the field. We caught it and went lateral, and unfortunately got stopped 1 yard short. And then we punt the ball here. We gotta have a better punt. We've had much better punts all season. So again, special teams is gonna have to do a whole lot better versus Camden County. And then they throw a little short pass here, and then they're really trying to throw the ball on us. We got to have much better tackling right here. out wide. We cannot dive for their shoe tops, and get them in third down right here, and just two glaring bad missed tackles for a big time run right here, and then they throw the ball deep. We do a good job of covering this deep ball right here. That was by Luke Strong, and then they run the ball again, kind of right off tackle right here, and they're going a little bit of tempo here. Really good tackle there by Deshaun Office on the end cut, and then they try a little swing pass there on fourth down. Alfonso McNeil's all over it. So good job. Now we have wholesaled and got all of our starters out. So it's definitely got all the backups in, and they definitely deserve to see the field. They do a great job all week for us. And so we actually give it to Denham Lewis 3 straight times, and was really looking for a first down, so we didn't have to punt. But unfortunately, the clock made us punt right there. So punt the ball with under 25 seconds, and then Tift County runs one last play, and we get a good tackle there on the edge by I think that was by Javarian Smith, and so that ends the game, and another big Packer Region win, 39-20.
We'd like to thank you again for being with us on the Packer Report. We'll be back with you after the October 24th game against the Camden County Wildcats, when we will review that game and look ahead to the final Region 1 6A game on October the 31st against Richmond Hill.
This is a college commercial, but not like those college commercials. These are real students, real professors offering real help, real roommates. That's her real dog. Those are real national champions.
Why don't you just turn around and hug your brother?
That's her real brother. That really happened. These are real students, making their families really, really proud. So, in a world of AI and stock footage, here's something that's all real. Valdosta State University.
Warmer months mean the emergence of an elite group. The Lawn Legends. For these men and women, no weed goes unnoticed. No blade goes unchecked. Their commitment to excellence means only John Deere equipment from Lassiter Tractor Company will do. Unleash the lawn legend in you. Check out our current promotions or find your local dealer at LassiterEQ.com.
Our back's against the wall. We talked about it Sunday. You got to come out swinging and do not stop. You understand me? Yes, do not stop.
Number 7, Jamari Stokes. Number is brought to you by Chip. Carlson, check it down. Okay. Ball carrier number 1, Prince G.
100%, 100% focus, 100% effort. I love the effort. Just doing a couple plays, right? A couple things that is holding us back, right? Those are out of your system. Let's come out and play third quarter ball. Guys, I love the way you're playing. I'm telling you, you want it more than they do, right? That's got to show every play this half, right? Tackle 3, 1, 2, 3. I love the mood in here, okay? All right? I love the mood. Y'all need to know this, right? I love this team. Y'all love each other, right? It's tonight like tonight why you do what you do, right? There's so many hours, there's so many workouts that you guys have done that nobody sees but us. Nobody does what you do, right? Tonight is when you show out, right? And let's don't wait, right? Don't wait to that second quarter. Don't wait to that second half, right? Let's come out from the get-go, right? Let's dominate this team tonight.
Number 3, the line. Here's number 7, Jamari Stokes. That's number 7, Jamari Stokes. Touchdown. Yes, sir. There's number 39. In Thomasville, they know appliances. That's number 12. Blue Devils 20.